welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and today I'm going to show you my almost completed 70 Javelin Trans Am Street Edition, one of the 100 that was built for the dealerships. And since it's almost done, I'd like to show you guys. It's easiest to show you the model when it's almost done. So I'll show you where I'm at with this one, although you've seen this one getting built, and starting this channel helped me boost this one forward because it was a stalled project. I was actually dreading painting this one, and it was a personal challenge to. I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to do this channel. I've been kind of daydreaming about it, and with my brother saying, "Hey, it's not a bad idea. Go for it," and the encouragement of my brother, who also, if you like the opening sequence, he really helped me create that, and he actually helped me create the logo, the Muscle Car Modeler. He actually did that, and he spent a month on it. So if you guys really like that, he did that. So the whole opening sequence he helped me develop, and bounced ideas off of me, and I said, yeah, I like that idea and everything, but he pretty much did it. Photos are mine, of course. Those are all my models. But this one was kind of stalled, so the chassis was pretty much done. I still got to touch up paint that. There's a couple areas I need to touch up, but this is pretty much right from the way Johan, sorry. As some of you have mentioned, I've got 30 years of saying it that way, and it's going to take me a while to get used to saying Johan. I'm not old enough to know when they were new. They were still around when I was modeling, but very hard to find. In the late 80s, mid to late 80s is when I started. So there's very few hobby shops that had them, and I only saw the name in print. And being Norwegian descent, to me it's Johan, but that's just me. But I'm getting used to saying Johan. But here it is. Here's the chassis all detailed up. Not really, it's not bad. I don't mind them. I wish they were more accurate and it had a much better chassis, but it is what it is, and it looks great when it's done. I know the inner fender wells are really bad, but there's the 390 engine with the perimeter valve covers and the carburetor and intake, which is all the more accurate of the kit stuff, but that's not really what came in this kit. But this model, when I started, I'll post up some photos of what I bought off of eBay. But like I said in one of my previous videos, you should be able to see it right now, but it has a Ford 427 camera in it, which that would be a monster to drive that way. And the glass was missing, and the hood was missing. A couple of tires were missing. Wheels. I had wheels, but I didn't have tires. And through friends and people in this hobby, Bob Zetterman, he actually sold me a hood and glass from a promo. The hood was not cut away from the body. He actually sold me the whole body, but the body he sold me was broken here and the pillars are broken, but the hood area was usable, so I had cut this hood away, and so this is the hood from the promo, which you can kind of see from the underside. The details are different. Some of the pegs I had to remove, but and then I added the dog legs right here to make it more like the kit part, because I had purchased this kit shortly after Model Haus had closed, so I wasn't able to get everything, but the bumpers and everything were there and good, and all the major components were there. And I knew if I had ran into another one of these kits that the Trans Am version is what I wanted to build after seeing one and reading about them. The other big challenge was building this wing, which this is the first time you guys get to see it in paint and on the car. But that's the Group 19 part. Was standard on the Trans Am edition. They only built 100 of these. All 100 were exactly the same. They were spec'd out. You had no options. And basically AMC, when they designed this car for the Trans Am racing, or just to get the image and people in the showrooms, they designed this car, and they went overboard and really did a nice job on the paint job, and the cars were done really nice. But it said that even it's selling them at $4,000 a copy, they really didn't want them to move. They weren't discounting them. They really wanted them to sit in the showrooms because they did only build 100 of them. And then here's my interior tub with the jump seat in there. They all had sticks. They all had the jump seat with the buckets. So if you saw my video, that jump seat is actually cut away from the AMT 71 Charger kit. Cut it away, used that and fitted it and dropped it right into the interior bucket. So if I wanted to change this model later and bring it back to as it was issued from Johan, I could pull that seat right out of there. It pretty much popped right out. Just a couple of spots of super glue. And then there's the dash all finished up. You could see it this way. Much better than if it was in the car. And then I blacked out the whole bottom side. The firewall's painted red, and did some detail painting of the wires and the booster and master cylinder. Master cylinder is painted with steel paint, and did the booster in black, which is the reference photos I'd seen were that way. And I really like how this interior came out. Pretty simple. Didn't really go to town detailing it too much. But so there's the chassis and the interior, and then the body all finished up. But like I showed you, the wing, and the wing is movable. I can adjust the wing. I just did a video on pinning. That's actually how it pivots. Is these brackets I made have a hole in there, and there's a pin goes through, and I can adjust it. Most of the cars are actually sitting like that when you see them in person. I actually seen one of these in person here in Phoenix, which was kind of a shock. Went to breakfast, and there was one of these in the parking lot, and I thought, that's cool. It's actually a Trans Am Javelin. And I looked it over, and it had all of the right parts on it. And I saw a couple other AMCs in the parking lot, so I went wandering around inside the Deer Valley Airport, and I saw about 10 people sitting, and they had AMC Club and flyers and stuff on their desks. So I walked right up and asked who the owner was, and met the owner, and found out it was in fact one of the 100 real cars. It was not a replica or a clone, and he had kind of restored it. It had a fresh paint job and done up pretty nicely, so it looked great. From what I saw, and the interior looked good, but he said it wasn't a full rotisserie restoration. It was a low mileage car. It still had all of the overspray on the underside, but his car was very nice. And of course I had photos of this on my phone, so I showed him this one in the painted stage. So got to show it off a little bit and see a real one in person, which was the first one I had ever seen. But there's the hood all detailed out with the foil on the lettering, the Javelin script, and on the scoop. These are kind of fun to foil. What I ended up doing was putting a big piece of foil in it, trimming the outside and letting it go on the inside, and putting the black in it on top of the foil. Because one of my other models, I tried to do just a real thin strip of foil, and that wasn't working out. So I ended up just putting the foil on first, getting it in there, making a little relief cut in the middle, and then putting the black inside it, and it came out awesome. And on this car, the entire grille is blacked out, which is how I did this one. And I got foil on the marker lights, and then the paint in there, the turn signal amber on top of the foil, and the or turn signal amber and stoplight red. But I got a few little things left to detail on it, but I'm just about ready to put this one together. So I'll get this one assembled and finish it up. Here's the wheels. I didn't show you the wheels yet. The wheels on these were the steel Magnum 500s with the entire center blacked out. Not really my favorite combo, but that's what was on these cars. These came out pretty good. And then the wheel backs and the tires. These are the original tires that this kit came with. I still got to paint the white letter on the Goodyear. I like these tires. They're really hard to find, but they're really shallow details, so they're hard to detail out. So I'll get the Goodyear lettering painted. The polyglass on this side is so small, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I I got some dry transfers, but I just want to keep the original tires. So this thing is pretty much Johan. And then here's the front spoiler I still have to glue on. And a few of the other parts, the air cleaner that I painted and foiled. I got some touch-up painting to do onto this thing. But I got this, and then the kit radiator hoses, which are not the molded one, they're the Flex Universal ones that you used to see in the parts stores that you don't see anymore. So I got a few parts still, but put this one together and it'll be together here real soon. So I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in and subscribing, and I really appreciate it, and leave any comments you want. And this one will be done here real soon. So stay tuned and you will see this one completed. Thank you.